Solve the linear equation minus x plus 3 is equal to 4x minus 5. Okay, so we're going to first want to use our algebra skills to get all the x's onto one side. We could get everything onto one side if we wanted to, because there's a nice, neat little formula that we might use to talk about the solution. So actually, let's bring everything onto one side. I'm going to bring everything over here onto the right-hand side. So what do I have on the left? Well, I've got minus x plus 3. How am I going to bring the plus 3 onto the other side? How are we going to get the plus 3 over to the other side? Well, to get rid of the plus 3 over here on the left, we should subtract 3. But whatever you do to one side of an equation in algebra, you have to do to the other side. So we've got to also subtract 3 here. That cancels out, and we're left with minus x on the left. We'll have 4x, and then minus 5 minus 3 is minus 8. Okay? So now we've got minus x. How do we get rid of a minus x? How do we cancel that out? With a plus x. Minus x plus x cancels out to be 0. Okay, but we can't just add x on one side of an equation and expect it to stay the same, so we add x on both sides. Okay, so that'll cancel out to be 0. Now I've got 4 x's plus 1 more x. That's 5 x's. So 5x minus 8 here. Okay. So now we have our expression in this nice general 0 is equal to ax plus b. And we could rearrange it using our algebra skills and isolate for x equals if we want to. Okay? Or we could remember that there's just a few possibilities here, depending on things like the a and the b. If a and b are both 0, then the solution is, well, any value of x works. Okay? So say all real numbers are the solution. Okay? If a is 0 but b isn't 0, then there are no real numbers that will solve the equation. Now, we don't have that situation, but I thought I'd remind you that those are the possibilities. Okay? Or maybe a just isn't 0. Okay? In which case, there's only one solution, and it's negative b over a. Okay? And what have we got here? Well, our a value, the coefficient of the x, isn't 0. Okay? So if I have this sort of an expression memorized, I can just say, all right, it's negative of our b value, so negative of negative 8, divided by the a, which in this case is 5. Negative of negative 8 is just regular old 8. So the solution, the value of x that makes this equation true, left-hand side equal right-hand side, is 8/5. Or that should be 1.6 if we wanted to divide it out by hand or grab a calculator or something like that. But 8/5, I prefer my answers in fractions.